All right, good afternoon, Morales Junior High staff and students. It is another Friday afternoon of Morales Moments of Success. We are excited. We have a long list that it's going to take Mrs. Leal and Mr. Torres to help me out with a list. So it's a good week. It's a good week. So go ahead. Let's roll them out. Let's start.
All right, guys. So my first shout out, we'd like to Miss Villar would like to give a shout out to all of her seventh graders for trying their very best on the benchmarks and for their attentiveness on the new unit of poetry that they're currently going through. She also wants to give a shout out to her eighth graders for their engagement in the and during the informational text analysis lesson from this week. So great job, Miss Villar's class.
Awesome, awesome. My turn. Jessica Burns and Nathan Diaz have logged in, and participated in our Google Meet every day this week. That is from Mrs. Isbell. Thank you, kids.
Awesome. And then from Mr. Renals, we'd like to give a shout out to all the varsity band students who have been working hard on their Christmas music. And even some of them are just doing it on their own, getting a head start on it. So I'm excited for it. As a former band student, I love Christmas music. So again, for myself and Mr. Renals, great job, guys. I love the Christmas spirit.
And we have another one from Miss Menchaca. She wants to give a shout out to all of her students for working really hard with their teachers, setting up their Schoology account and getting their assignments turned in and getting familiar with that new platform we'll be transitioning over to.
Awesome, awesome. Okay, shout out to Frankie Ledesma, Torres, Benicio Avila, and Robert Leal for helping me in the classroom during their first period. Shout out to Isis Chapa, Angelica Perez, Francisco Rodriguez, Natalie Riojas for helping me decorate my door for Christmas. And this is from seventh grade science teacher, Miss Hoyle.
And from all the seventh grade science teachers, we'd like to give a shout out to all the virtual and face-to-face students who completed their writing benchmark this week. I know it was virtual and face-to-face, but we had a high bar set and a lot of great writing done. And we overcame a lot of obstacles to make it happen. So again, from all of 7th ELAR, thank you, students, for allowing yourself to be tested and working on that writing benchmark.
Yeah, and we have another shout out from Miss Sagamule. She wants to thank 66 of her students who pushed through the writing benchmark test. So that gives her 90% of her students that completed the test on Eduphoria. So great job, guys. Your next goal is 100%.
That is great. 90% is awesome. Coach Menchaca would like to give a shout out to his fifth period Texas history class. They have consistently shown the most engagement. This week was no different. So way to go, fifth period Texas history class from Mr. Menchaca for being engaged in this class. That's awesome.
Mr. Moy would like to thank all of his science students who are working through any of those technical hiccups that we started with Schoology. It's a new platform, parents, but it is meant to help us be a little bit more organized in how we do our learning. So again, thank you, students, for always being resilient with us. And that's for myself and Mr. Mawini.
Yes, and then we have a shout out from Miss Moreno. She wants to shout out Camila Martinez for volunteering and helping in class. So way to go, Camila. Way to show your leadership.
Awesome. And this is a special shout out to Mr. Torres for making the after school bus waiting area a fun experience for the students. He is always positive, plays music, and uses his microphone to remind students to prevent the spread of COVID. And this is from Mr. Moreno. We need to put a request this is from Mrs. Moreno. We need to put a request from Mr. Torres on the music. Good job, sir.
Thank you. From Miss Harrell, we'd like to thank all of her students for always being engaged, especially in science. And I know from all we've been in that classroom, and it is a lot of fun to watch those kids engage in science. And all jokes aside, there's always good chemistry in that classroom. So again, for Miss Harrell, thank you, students.
Yes, and then a shout out from Miss Meyer. She wants to give a big thanks to all of her students for participating in the text structure and feature GIM kit and contributing to their discussions on Schoology.
Awesome. And a huge shout out to all my students for engaging in discussion and assignments on poetry in our new novel, and for finding new ways to put a smile on my face every day while virtual. And this is from Miss Mai. So thank you, students, for making her smile every day. We appreciate that.
Awesome. Shout out for Miss Rodriguez's class, specifically her 7th period art class. I know they've been working on a little competition. Myself and Mr. Escamilla have been in there. They've been studying landscapes and different ones. And this class was able to come up with 47 different landscapes across the country. So Good job, kiddos, on identifying those and putting that into your art.
Ms. Guerrero would like to give a shout out to her Spanish 1 students for completing over 700 questions on quizzes.com. They continue to learn new vocabulary and they're beginning to communicate and read in simple Spanish words and phrases. So great job, guys.
And finally, we get a shout out to Deandrin Tenorio for typing 55 words per minute on today's time typing test. Also to Analisa Gonzalez, Cristalina Alejandro, Annalise Lara, Melina Rodriguez, and Jocelyn Benavides for typing over 40 words per minute. And this is from Mr. Luna. So great job, students, for learning how to type. That is an important skill that you will use for the rest of your life. So once again, from Alamo Morales Junior High and Mrs. Leal and Mr. Torres, we want to thank you guys for all the success stories that you guys had this week. We appreciate it. Have a good weekend and definitely stay safe. Any closing words, Mr. Torres, Mrs. Leal?
Myself again.
I just want to give a big shout out to everybody who participated today in the pajama day. That was great. The pictures that I did receive, I did post those already on Facebook. So please make sure that you check those out.
Awesome. And then for myself, parents, staff, and students, join us weekly on Fridays at 4 p.m. via Facebook, YouTube, or Twitter. And you can always see these on replay afterwards. But again, we do like it. I saw today we had 5 likes. We had over 25, 30 people watching with us today. So again, thank you for joining us, and we'll catch you next Friday.
And thank you, parents, for supporting our students and our campus and our teachers. Appreciate it. You guys have a safe weekend. See you Monday.